Okay, today we're doing updates on the 80V firmware. This is the first major update to the controller, and there's specific steps that you need to follow to properly update your firmware on your controller. This isn't the battery update, this is a different update. So we're gonna go through those steps right now, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, this update is specifically updating the thermal management warnings that are on your screen. We are updating how that message is coming on and when it's coming on. So it's gonna come on much later, more improved riding, so you can actually ride the bike in sport and hyper much longer before it tells you to effectively slow down or just let your bike cool down a little bit. And it will ramp up slowly to that warning, so you won't generally feel it right away, which is great, and that's the big improvement. And you also won't see the warning come on too quickly. It's gonna come on much later in your ride, and that's the improvement that we're doing today. And it effectively will make the riding for people who ride really hard a lot better. So you've downloaded the app and you've downloaded the firmware. The firmware, you want to check and make sure it's in your folder. So you want to go to your folders, and you'll see in recent files, it's right there. It's the ONYX 80V firmware update version 1. That means that you have the file. You've also downloaded the APK, which is your app, from our website. I'm going to show you how to install the APK right now. To install your APK, you go into your folder and then you click on this, and it will ask you if you want to install this. You click install, and with some devices, it will ask permission to install this. So right here, it says, do I want to scan the app? Don't install the app, but I'm actually going to click more details and click install without scanning. You can scan the app, but it just wastes time. So click install without scanning. And then you're going to enter your PIN. And then once it's ready to install, you can open it, or you can just click done. I'm going to click done right now and show you where it is. It is on my home screen right here. So I have the file, the firmware file, and I have the app. So I'm going to click on the app to open it. It's the ONYX app. I'm going to click allow. And it might ask you to do it again after the allow, so I'm going to say allow while using the app. Now I'm able to fully open the app. So I had to do it twice because it needs the permissions to be able to be used. I'm going to scan for this bike. The bike does need to be on, so you can see the bike is on. And what you're going to look for is a bike controller that starts with FAVO. So if you're around other bikes that are on, make sure all the other bikes or 80Vs are off. So only one bike should be on at a time, so you don't accidentally upload this firmware to someone else's bike. You want to upload this just to your bike, so make sure your bike is the only bike in the area that's on. After you've scanned for it, you'll see that. And then just make note of your numbers here, because that is your bike and that is your controller. It is no one else's controller is going to have the same numbers. You click on this, and then you click connect. Now that it's connected, I can click start. Now it's initializing and it's reading the controller. Then you can click close once it says okay. And you'll see right here, this is the basic dash right now. It's telling your voltage, it will show your RPM in real time and some other information about it. But that isn't of concern right now. To install the firmware, you click the little gear icon and it will bring up the firmware update page. To update the firmware correctly, right now, to update this, you need to click on this firmware file right here and click on it, and then search for your firmware file. It will either be in your downloads or recent. So sometimes it will come up in your recent folder. So you can see it right there. You're going to click on it, and then once it's in here, you'll click program, and you can say yes, okay. Make sure that you're not riding this while you're doing this, and then you'll let this run through its entire process until it gets to 100%. Okay, so when it's done, it's going to show you some information. It's going to say okay, and once you're finished, you can click close, and you'll see that the update has been finished right here in the controller message. This firmware won't change here. So you're all good if it says that the update that your firmware right here is okay. So the firmware you've just installed says okay. So you don't need to clear the message. I would just let it save there, but you're essentially done. And now your bike is updated, but to be able to make sure that the firmware is completely done and ready to go, you need to restart the bike. So all you need to do now is just restart the bike and just turn it off. And it will likely show that it disconnected here. And just click yes, it did disconnect. I'm gonna go back. You can see that the controller has been disconnected. I'm gonna turn it back on. And if you want, you can rescan for the controller. Should be fine. And just reconnect to it. You click start. Let it read. Click close. And under here, everything looks good. No errors or anything like that, and you're good to go. So your firmware has been updated. You won't see any differences on here. It's just gonna be an improved riding experience to make us really fast riders. We wanna ride hard and fast all the time. It's just gonna improve that for you. So yeah, happy riding and be safe out there. Everything again is gonna be on our website. The downloadable app and firmware will be on our website. So look out for that. And only get that firmware from us. Don't get the firmware from anyone else. Just make sure you get the firmware and you download it from our website. Thank you.